could defeat Alabama here today, they'd go right down to the wire with Georgia. However, by winning today, Alabama can get themselves even with LSU. It's simply a question of who, if anyone, in the Southeastern Conference can stop Georgia.
I think that a lot of people are saying, Bud Wilkinson, that Georgia, well, they're going to go on undefeated. But let me tell you one thing. And that is, I talked to a Sugar Bowl official last night, and the Sugar Bowl is here, the Orange Bowl is here, the Gator Bowl is there. They're all here, said, we have the possibility of 5 host teams before this game today begins. Well, what about Paul Bear Bryant? What a feeling he gives to those in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and all of Alabama football fans, even in the aftermath of that loss to Mississippi State. Bud Wilkinson was on the field before this game began today to talk to Paul Bear Bryant about last week and about today's game with LSU.
Well, Bear, last week's game was a shocking surprise to me and to many people. How has the team reacted?
But I really don't know. Last week, of course, they whipped us. They beat us physically, although we had a chance to win the game in the last day and blew it. But the first of the week, I think we went around feeling sorry for ourselves. We got, I know I got lots of mail, just lots of it, feeling sorry for us too. Well, I didn't like that, and they expressed that to the players. I don't know if it did any good or not, but we had, I thought, an excellent practice Thursday. And it acted like an Alabama team, sounded like an Alabama team, but outside of that, we didn't have actually, we haven't had too many practices as you and I would like all year. I think that's been largely due to the fact that we had so many injuries and have different people out there, and then plus the fact that we've been winning too easy.
Well, Louisiana State, as you know, has won 5 in a row. What do you need to do to beat them?
Well, they have a real fine balance, too. They've improved tremendously. They really get after you. I mean, defensively, they come on, and the kicking game is excellent. I think to beat them, first of all, let's start with a kicking game. We can have a kicking game like we had against Tennessee, where it'd be awfully hard for them to score, because I do think our defense is capable of playing. And the defense gives us the ball often enough, well, maybe we luck one in. Of course, we haven't been concentrating this year because we've been fumbling and getting penalties. You and I both know that that's the lack of concentration, and you don't have 9 people or 10 or 11 people. Gee, I'm so nervous, I don't know now. But I think we can beat them. I think we had something happen just then that I haven't seen happen around here in a long time. They would walk out, the students already here, and give them a big hand, and maybe that'll help them. But I haven't seen that happen here in 20 years.
And Paul, I wish you the very best of luck today.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid we need it.
Paul Bear Bryant can handle defeat. He hasn't had to handle it too many times in his career, as well as victory. About 18 years ago, I stood on the floor of the Orange Bowl and interviewed a young halfback of the LSU Tigers by the name of Jerry Stovall. In 1962, he was second in the Heisman Trophy winning and the balloting. Well, he's the head coach of LSU now, and before the game, he talked to Bud Wilkinson.
Your team got off to a rather shaky start, but you've won 5 in a row. What's caused the turnaround?
Well, I think just maturing. We had growing pains. We're going to letter about 20 of the 24 freshmen that we signed. We have 37 non-lettermen who are traveling with us right now. The biggest thing that we had to do is just grow up. New staff, new offense, new defense, new philosophy. And we just struggled the first part of the season. And at the end of the first month, we were 2-2, and prospects didn't look too great at that time.
You have a tough team to play today, particularly having been upset last week. How do you feel you can win, and what do you need to do to win?
Well, we're going to have to play the best football game we've played all year long, obviously. We've got to make sure that we make no mistakes offensively. We cannot turn the ball over to Alabama. Defensively, they're awesome, so we've got to just maintain some semblance of ball control. Defensively, we're crippled. We lost 3 starters last week, and we have got to play with great enthusiasm. Our attitude, Bud, has been our great strength all year long, and we've got to maintain that strength.
Well, Jerry, you've been doing a super job, and I wish you the best of luck today.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, we've heard Paul Bear Bryant, and Paul Bear Bryant has been saying that they feel they can beat him today, and Stovall says they got to play the best game they can play today. But what about Bud Wilkinson? It's your turn, Coach. You've talked to both of them. You've looked at both teams.
Well, Jim, I don't believe that the emotion is any higher than it normally would be because of what happened to Alabama last week. LSU comes in here undefeated in the conference, a chance to really make it big in Jerry Stovall's first year, so they're going to be ready to play. Alabama, if you really get analytical about them over the whole season, they've not thrown the ball well enough to be a true championship contender. They're averaging only 73 yards per game throwing the football. Their running attack is not that strong at quarterback. They've been playing a number of people, but that's a little weakness there. And I think that LSU today will make a great effort to take advantage of that. I expect them to do everything possible to stop the running attack and to gamble a little bit with their pass defense. Now, if you're like Oklahoma with J.C. Watts at quarterback, maybe you don't need to throw, but the quarterback portion of the Alabama offense hasn't been quite that good. If LSU can stop their running, and then if they can avoid penalties, they've been penalized 60 yards a game, which is a bunch. Then, of course, they cannot afford to put the ball on the ground at all. They've got to avoid turnovers. More importantly than anything else, Jim, I think is LSU getting off to a good start in the game. If they can be in the game at the end of the first quarter, in the game at the end of the half, their confidence will increase with each passing minute. And if we can, into the fourth quarter, they go down to the wire with Alabama, then anything can happen.
All right, let's talk about matchups. And let us start with Alabama. And I think when you start with Alabama, you start with the quarterback.
Well, Jacobs, as I mentioned, is a fine athlete. He's a boy who had a knee operation, and he's been a little bit handicapped.
There until today, when Florida plays Georgia, the only team to beat Florida. And they ran over Ole Miss, a team that scored a bundle of points against Alabama, 35 to be exact. And here come the Bengals of LSU. And you can hear they have their fans. And their detractors. Our referee this afternoon is James Harper. Harvey Hardy will be the umpire. The linesman is Joe Stevenson. Ed Dudley is the line judge. William Stanton is the field judge. The back judge is Billy Tees. And the clock operator is A.C. Lambert Jr. Last year, in the rain at Baton Rouge, and ESPN was there, Alabama beat LSU as they have for the last 9 straight meetings. But the final score was Alabama 3 and LSU nothing. And what I'm going to be interested in seeing, Bud Wilkinson, is Alan Risher, the sophomore who was so highly recruited by Alabama but decided to stay in his own state coming out of Slidell. There's the Alabama record, and what you want to look at is the very last game in which Mississippi State really muscled them 6-3.
And that also indicates how well they've moved the football in all of the games prior to last week when they went against Emory Ballard's Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Ellington is the deep man, number 12. And Tim Clark will kick off. Clark, a wide receiver. He does no other kicking except kicking off. There's Ellington. He is a freshman out of Cincinnati at that Moeller High School. And Ellington backs into the end zone for this one, and I doubt that he will bring it out. At the end of the end zone, LSU will come out 1st and 10. Alan Risher will be your quarterback, number 7. Mike Muntz, number 30. Okie Cajun, 47. Your running backs, and Orlando McDaniel, 32, your flanker back. Your receivers, Tracy Porter, about whom Bud spoke, number 21, and your tight end is Greg LaFleur. First down, and let's see how that Alabama defense reacts after the loss to Mississippi State. Risher, the sophomore from Slidell, brings him out. Lost the football and dives on it, and they say that Alabama got it, but that's the Alabama team, and then the officials step in and say, no, Risher did recover the fumble. And that is a case perhaps of nerves. DeLee and Cook are the tackles. Tully and Watson are the guards. And Mike Gambrell is the freshman center. And defensively, you've seen these names before. De Niro, Braggs, Lyles, Klein, and Jr. They're all intact. Scott and Jones is the one defensive changer. Thomas Wood with that bad back. We'll give you the secondary in a moment. Risher's going to pass on 2nd down. Has a man open. Goes it to LaFleur. And LaFleur's out at the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go. Gary De Niro peeled back to make the stop, along with number 15, Tommy Wilcox.
You mentioned it being a case of nerves when Risher fumbled that first time, Jim. It was. He just simply pulled his hands out too quickly. They failed to make the quarterback-center exchange, but he looked very cool on that last snap. Both downs, they've had 2 tight ends for LSU, and they do have, again, with 1 man running in the backfield, 2 wide receivers.
3rd down and about a yard, and Risher's going to pick it up and plenty more. Out to the 34.5-yard line before Randy Scott, the linebacker, made the stop. 1st down, LSU.
He's a very fine all-around football player. 6'2", 194-pound sophomore. This is just pure rollout pass all the way. He turned the corner so cleanly he didn't even bother putting the ball up to fake the throw, and knew that he had to make about 2 yards for the 1st down. He made about 6.
Lionel Wallace, number 6, comes in as a wide receiver. 1st down from a 34. That is Wallace, who is in motion. Risher, flags go down. Maybe backfield in motion. Muntz has got the football. But flags went down before the play even developed. And again, it looked as though there was just a mix-up in signals. Lionel Wallace maybe did not hear the signal call over the loud noise. But I think he may have turned upfield too quickly.
Let's take a look at it here. You could see the little bit of movement there as Fisher drops back a little to run the option play from the veer. See the great quickness and speed of the Alabama defense as they simply swarm around the ball carrier. However, he did fight forward for a little bit of yardage, but the penalty is now being assessed. It will be first down and 15.
Illegal procedure or motion called by referee James Hardy. Check that, James Harper. And it is first down and 15 to go. Risher has shown the desire to throw, but even deep in his own territory on second down from his own 19-yard line. Now the first down, that is Hokie Cajun carrying the football, and Warren Lyles, number 91, the middle guard, the first man in. Byron Braggs is there. Randy Scott is there.
I was going to make the point, Jim, that they're going to have to throw if they expect to move the ball. Alabama is just too tough against the run. You've got to frighten them with the pass, or you've got to hit the pass better. You scare them a little more if you hit it than if you do having them be incomplete.
Orlando McDaniel and Lionel Wallace, flanker backs. 32 is McDaniel, 6 is Wallace, will alternate on every offensive play, bringing in the plays from the sideline. Second down, about 14 to go. Risher's got a man there, and the ball is dropped at the 45-yard line. Tracy Porter, who is tied for the lead in catches with 12. The senior out of Baton Rouge dropped the football and took a hit as he did.
I think he might have made this catch, Jim. It'd be interesting to look at it. There's only one man there remaining in the backfield. They've got two wide receivers. Risher's back. He starts to run. He sees Porter coming across the middle. He gets the ball up, and he hit him right in the hands with it. But Porter lost his concentration, did not keep his eye on the ball, and dropped it.
Third down and 14. Passing down for Alan Risher, the sophomore, hitting on 61% of his passes before today. Risher throws over, almost intercepted. Intended for LaFleur, and the ball was almost picked off by Mike Clements, the cornerback, number 43.
Alabama playing pass all the way. Their linebackers were about 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. They only had a 3-man rush. They got a little bit of pressure on Risher, and they were able to play the ball well. Clements should have made the interception.
Jerome Castile drops deep as David Johnston will kick the ball away. Low pass from center. Here they come. Line drive. Castile takes it on the run at the 32-yard line and is still on his feet. And then there's a fine shoestring tackle made by Alex Clark, number 19, a reserve strong safety. And so Alabama, for the first time, goes on offense. And they go on offense without Don Jacobs at quarterback. It'll be the sophomore Ken Coley, number 11. Joe Jones, 24. Billy Jackson, 33. Major Ogilvy, 42. The running backs, it is Bendros, the freshman split end, and Bart Kraut, the tight end. First down from the 30. Make that the 42-yard line. Coley hasn't passed too much, in deep trouble. And down he goes, thrown for loss. Coley has only thrown one time before today. Came out looking as though he's going to throw there. And Leonard Marshall, the new middle guard, and Benji Thibodeau, the left tackle, made the stop.
He definitely was going to throw it, Jim, as we look at the offensive line of Alabama. And the linebackers for Alabama are the key to their defense. We'll get them on the next shot.
No score, second down, a loss on the play of about 7. Coley pitches the ball back, and that is number 24, Joe Jones. Jones strikes down at the 36-yard line. A saving tackle made at the 36-yard line by Alvin Thomas. First down, Alabama.
Great execution of the wishbone attack. Fake inside to Jackson. Coley reads the man closing on him, comes out with the ball, pitches the ball quickly back, and it looked like it might go all the way as Jones cut it back upfield, but secondary closed on him, and that's last shoestring, last ankle brought him down.
4 minutes have gone in the first quarter. No score, but Alabama on the move. Jones, the man in motion. Coley turns the corner. Look out. It'll be a touchdown, Coley.
Man in motion here on the play, but it winds up in the wishbone formation. Again, the fake to Jackson. Coley fakes it to the outside. You can see the two men that were protecting for the pitch going to the beyond, waiting for it. And Coley has got great speed, which is why he started. He's owned one pass this year, has not completed it, but he's handled the wishbone attack extremely well, ball handling.
Peter Kim, born in Korea, lived his first 15 years of his life there, then went on to Honolulu, is now in Alabama, and he adds the extra point out of the 7-0 Alabama. And they really could move the football against a team that's won 4 in a row. Well, next week, Bud and I, looking over the schedule, have decided that we're going to see the same LSU team, but we're going to see them in Jackson, Mississippi, against Mississippi State, the team that beat Alabama last week, and the team that has a great chance to go on. Other games: Princeton at Yale, Nebraska at Iowa State, Michigan State and Minnesota, and Wisconsin and Northwestern all next week. And that Nebraska team is going to be in there when they have the countdown in a couple of weeks in Lincoln against Oklahoma.
It's a great execution of the wishbone attack here. Watch a little bit of a fake to the outside. 2 LSU men got caught thinking that Coley was going to pitch the football. He's got breakaway speed as a quarterback. He takes it down the sidelines for the touchdown, and this is what LSU really could not afford to have happen to them. They've got to stop Alabama a time or two, get some defensive confidence, and also do the same thing with their offense, move the ball some.
Risher and company looked a little shaky there. Porter dropped the football. Risher pulled away. One man moved in the line on their first possession of the football. Now they got to calm themselves down in Bryant-Denny Stadium and get something going, because the Crimson Tide is right at home here. Ellington is deep. This time he may have a chance for a return, taking the ball at the 2. To the 10. Whoa! What a hit by number 18, Ricky Tucker. Inside the 20-yard line at the 18. And Risher, Montz, Cajun, McDaniel, and Porter come out. 3 plays. Didn't take him long, Bud.
No, it certainly didn't. The 2 wishbone plays, he got trapped on the first one trying to pass, but then he had the pitch and then the fake of the pitch. Those 2 running plays went to the touchdown. The thing that set it up was a very short 29-yard net punt.
McDaniel is wide to the left. Risher, long count, first down. Keeps the football, turns it upfield, and goes nowhere as Gary De Niro, the left defensive end, number 51, played it perfectly. A gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
Looked like he had a little bit of running room there as he reverse pivoted to try to get the Alabama linebackers moving the wrong way, but De Niro simply held his ground, and when he turned upfield, he was waiting for him.
Passing down, only 1 setback, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Cajun, the man there, and he's going to go nowhere, dragged down by Warren Lyles, number 91, the middle guard, with a little help from Randy Scott.
Gambrell simply was not able to handle Lyles. Get another look at it here. Gambrell is number 56 trying to block on number 91 Lyles. Lyles 6'2", 253 junior, very active over the nose guard. The center has got to be able to control the nose guard to a degree if any running attack is going to go.
This is a big game for Mike Gambrell. He's a freshman, and he's starting against Alabama. Risher gets the ball away. Oh, my. Over the head of LaFleur, and Porter was behind him. It was overthrown for LaFleur and underthrown for Porter. I think it was intended for LaFleur. And now it'll have to be David Johnston to kick it away again, and that Alabama offense is lingering on the sideline, just waiting. Castile goes deep.
They're not waiting. They're just almost itching to get in there.
9 men along the line of scrimmage. Almost blocked last time and nearly blocked this time. Ball goes out of bounds on the 44-yard line of LSU. And the rush of Alabama has LSU totally unable to hold it out.
The low snap from center here is what really kills the chance the punter has. You'll see the ball hit the AstroTurf before he gets it. Low snap from center. That delays everything. He did get a good bounce. He was rushed so hard, as you can see there. The kick was almost blocked. He really had no chance. It was a 23 net yard punt. That's not enough.
Here's where the LSU defense has to straighten up or just say, see you later. Coley carries the football. That is Benji Thibodeau, number 77, hanging on there with a little help from Lawrence Williams, the sophomore strong side linebacker out of Lake Charles. Paul Bear Bryant said his team got a little bit too much sympathy. Jerry Stovall says his team's got to play its best it's played all year to win today's game. It is 7-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Joey Jones comes in as wide receiver for Jesse Bendros. Coley hit in the backfield. Fine play by number 94, Lyman White. And what an outstanding linebacker he is. And that is his 6th sack of the year.
This is what LSU has got to do. They've got to get some penetration against the Alabama wishbone attack, and you can see him coming through here, hitting quarterback Coley before he has a chance to really exercise any kind of option. That penetration is absolutely necessary to stop the wishbone.
3rd down and 10 to go. Coley with the football. Thibodeau chases him and drags him down as he pitches the ball out. Lost in the backfield as Jackson can't get anywhere. And the LSU defense thus far, and knowing that Alabama seldom throws, at least Ken Coley seldom throws, has done its job on the first 2 plays. Alwyn Thomas made the hit of Jackson, the ultimate ball carrier.
That was a very critical series, Jim. Normally you don't expect the second series of possession to be that vital, but had Alabama been able to take that one in after the rushed short punt, it would have really damaged the LSU spirit. By stopping them, they get the confidence. As we see Coley getting up, he was hit when he wasn't expected to be hit that time. Caught him a little off balance, but I think that he's perfectly all right.
I mean, he'll be able to play again. I don't think he feels too good, Bud.
Well, he's going to get hit again, too, but that's the way the game is played.
It is 7-0, and Woody Humphrey is to kick it away to Chris Williams, who is deep. Humphrey high, beautiful. Will it go into the end zone? Yes, sir. Downfield very quickly for Alabama, trying to jump on the football was Russ Wood and couldn't get to it in time. But LSU's defense did rise up and did stop them. And here's the punt of Humphrey.
Humphrey gets a good snap from center. There's no real meaningful rush by LSU. They were trying to keep the Alabama men from getting downfield as we watched the ball in the air. They did a good job of that. There's only one Alabama man down there. He can't quite get to the ball before it goes into the end zone.
LSU has not crossed its own 35-yard line thus far, although Porter dropped the football and would have given them excellent field position. And now Cajun carries the football and picks up 5 out to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for Cajun. Tackle was made by the strong safety Tommy Wilcox, number 15. Who a year ago was the Southeastern Conference Freshman of the Year. Well, in Alabama, they're saying maybe we will get Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But in Alabama, what they're really talking about is Notre Dame next week, and what they better keep their minds on is LSU today.
Unbalanced line by LSU here. Didn't bother Alabama a bit.
Cajun on a short dive play. Randy Scott, the strong side linebacker, makes short work of him, along with Byron Braggs, who walked past us today on the field, Bud, and at 6'6", 270, as the cliche goes, he got my attention.
He would get anybody's attention. But they all are such well-conditioned athletes. It's just a picture thing to watch them as we see them looking at Coley here and wondering, is his arm hurt just a little bit? And I don't believe that it is, but it stings.
3rd down and 4 to go. Alan Risher back to throw. Rushes on. Out to Cajun. Cajun has the first down across the 30-yard line. Gripped up by Ricky Tucker, number 18. But it's across the 30. First down, the Tigers of LSU, who in the last 4 games have defeated Florida, Auburn, Kentucky, and Mississippi. They lost to Rice. They lost their opener to Florida State. And we all know how well Florida State has been doing lately.
It's a very good selection and play that time. You never know whether the team's going to blitz or not, but when they do, you're always happy if you have the screen pass called, which they did.
Malcolm Scott, a top receiver, a tight end, is wide to the left, but the pitch comes back this way, and that is Ellington, and the freshman gets nowhere as Jeremiah Castile, the cornerback, number 19, comes up to make the hit of Eric Ellington out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Let me say something about Ellington. He's out of Cincinnati. We did tell you the Moeller High School, where Jerry Faust is the head coach. And I bring that up because it is Jerry Faust who is most often rumored to be the next head coach at Notre Dame.
He's done a great job at Moeller High School. His teams every year contend or win the state championship. He was the National Coach of the Year last season.
Cajun runs into, lost the football. And it looked like Tom Tully, the guard, jumped on the football for LSU. Perhaps it was Mike Gambrell, number 56, and it was the freshman center.
You've got to try to make your running attack go, and that's what LSU is trying to do here. But Alabama is extremely tough against the rush. You could see the fumble But fortunately, Gambrell is right there and alertly makes the recovery, or it would have been a big turnover for Alabama.
3rd down and 7 to go. 7-0 Alabama. First quarter. Risher, the sophomore back, has room. Now throws for Porter, who's all by himself, but he underthrew the football, and it may have been intercepted. It is. He underthrew the football on the dead run, and it looks like Ricky Tucker gets up with it. For Tucker, his 4th interception of the year. Porter had about 5 steps on everybody, but the ball hung high.
It's very difficult to throw the ball when you're on the move here. As you can see, Porter is behind everybody, but because Risher was running out of the pocket, he didn't have enough time to get set to deliver the ball as far as he could. Alabama made a great recovery to make the interception. However, had he gotten that ball far enough, we'd have had a tie game.
Don Jacobs in at quarterback. Coley apparently is hurt. First man through is Lenny Patrick, the freshman out of Jasper, Alabama, number 25. Outstanding back and an outstanding tackle. Benji Thibodeau made the tackle along with Lawrence Williams. A gain of maybe a yard on the play only. It is 2nd down and 9. And now Thibodeau comes out, and Dimitri Williams replaces him at tackle.
They cannot afford to use Thibodeau. He's the key man in their defense, and he plays the positions most often attack, left tackle.
Jacobs looking to throw to Joey Jones, who is there. Ball is caught, knocked out of bounds by Alvin Thomas, number 33. That's a 1st down, Alabama.
It's a very fine throw here. The fake to the fullback, as you often get. The tight end coming in tough. Jacobs avoided him. Out pattern. Receiver is open. 1st down for Alabama.
Joey Jones, another freshman out of Mobile, comes wide left. He replaces the freshman Jesse Bendross. 1st down. Jacobs out to throw on the last time, and out to throw again this time. Look out, Jacobs. Down he goes. Sack is made. Lyman White is there, but the man who really got to him was Tim Joyner, a sophomore out of Baton Rouge, number 92.
I'm impressed with the way LSU is playing defense, Jim. They're attacking every down. They're going through every gap. They're going to put the pressure on Alabama.
That quick touchdown, Bud, of Alabama's did not unsettle the defense of LSU.
And they gain confidence with each snap of the ball.
4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Joey Jones lining up at the 32-yard line, where it is 2nd down and about 17 to go. The wishbone, Jacobs falls, lost a yard or two. And that is Leonard Marshall, a sophomore out of Franklin. Look at him hold up his hands, because George Atia and Greg Bowser both hurt it out. Marshall is playing, and watch him.
Let's watch Marshall right over the nose guard now. He's right on the ball. Let's watch him as he makes his move. If he has a good day today, it will help the defense, and you can see the penetration that he got, simply sliding between the guard and the tackle, and grabbing Jacobs around the ankles before he could get away from the center.
3rd down 18 for most teams, a passing situation. Let's see what Jacobs will do. Jacobs sprints out down the sidelines. Look out, he's got the 1st down and more. Get on his feet, dragged down from behind. Jacobs, who fumbled the ball in the closing seconds against Mississippi State, comes up with a big run, and Chris Williams made a saving tackle. 1st down at the 24-yard line, and Alabama, apparently throttle is on the move.
Typical wishbone play. Again, everybody is picked off beautifully by the Alabama blocking. Jacobs is not supposed to be that fast, but he is very determined also, as you can see. It's a 45-yard run on a 3rd down and 20 situation.
That's the kind that turns even young coaches like Stovall gray. 1st down. Coley hands. 1st man through is Charlie Williams, a fullback, for a couple of yards down near the 22-yard line. And now Alabama does something it frequently does. It's putting in a whole fresh team.
I think that's one of the reasons they played so well, Jim, over the years under Bear Bryant. Everybody knows they're going to play in the game. When they do know they're going to play in the game, as we look at Jerry Stovall, players practice better, and if they practice better, they improve more. And Bear Bryant, very nervous before the game and still nervous now.
Bendross wide to the right. Jacobs remains the quarterback. Jacobs looks to throw, has his man, and that is Barry Crump. Crump gets down near the 10-yard line. 1st down, Marcus Quinn. Alvin Thomas made the tackle, but it is 1st and 10 to go from the 11-yard line of LSU.
Very tough to defend this play. There's the fake off the wishbone to the fullback. He starts out as though he's going to run the option play. Kraut simply sifts through, breaks to the outside, and he's a strong tight end. 6'3", 225 pounds. He drove it for the first down.
Does this crowd sound like it's the fourth quarter with a minute and 35 to go instead of the first quarter? Look out. That is Joe Jones. Got a couple of yards, and then bingo. He was hit and hit hard. Thibodeau is there, as you can see. Lyman White is there. Lawrence Williams is there.
You can see those safety men up along the line of scrimmage more than most teams. LSU plays their safety men almost as linebackers, one of them coming all of the time as we look at the blackboard on the sidelines with the play diagrams as to what level you should make your break on the pass pattern.
Ramsey Dardar comes back in the defensive line, number 98 for LSU on second down from the 9-yard line. Straight ahead goes the fullback, Billy Jackson. Favorite play of Alabama. Gets inside the 5 where it's going to be third down and short for the first down, and about 4 to go for the touchdown.
Jackson is averaging 5.2 yards per try. The Alabama line did a great job of taking off that time to control the line of scrimmage, and Jackson did a great job of driving for extra yardage.
LSU winner their last 4 in a row, undefeated in the conference, trying to hang on there before this thing gets out of control. Alabama's got a man running around, may run out of time. He sets up. It was Larry Brown, a tight end. Jacob Staub gets the call of signals. Time did not run out, and that is Jackson getting down close to the first down. And they're marking it at the 2. He's got to get slightly inside the 1 for the first down. Leonard Marshall and Dimitri Williams made the tackle.
This is one that the crowd always calls the same way, Jim. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And occasionally the coaches think it's better to put 3 points on the board. It's a tough situation, but Bear believes that we'll have time to talk it over at the end of the quarter.
That's right. We're all going to have to wait. The folks at the left-hand side of your screen have been robbed of the chance to see Alabama try on 4th and 1. It's the end of the first quarter. We're in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and the Crimson Tide is hoping to roll. They lead at the end of 1, 7-0. Start. Jacobs hands, Ogilvie, touchdown. And give Don Jacobs a big hand in that drive on his 45-yard drive on 3rd down and 20.
This is the power drive play by Alabama off the wishbone. You can see both backs leading in, Jones and Jackson. Ogilvie going over the top for the score. Take one more look at it. Watch the line take off. Watch the 2 lead backs lead Ogilvie. They're picking up anybody that might penetrate. Ogilvie high in the air and into the end zone.
Peter Kim comes on with the punter Woody Umphrey to hold the football for him to try to add yet another extra point. Kick is up and is good, and the Crimson Tide of Alabama leads 14-0. Well, LSU is a young team. LSU is an injured team. LSU is a hot team in the last 4 weeks. But they happen to run into a pretty good team by the name of Alabama, which was stunned by Mississippi State. And LSU is the next foe they face, and I think they're ready.
But going back to that drive, Jim, when you have a team 3rd and 20, you don't expect to have a running play go against you for 45 yards, which is what happened.
Especially by a man like Don Jacobs, who supposedly left his feet on the surgeon's table last year after knee surgery.
I think that, in fact, I know LSU, the defense they were in, they moved to an even front with their 2 linebackers in the middle. They were shooting all the gaps inside, expecting the pass. He got out around him, and then there was nobody there to really be into the pursuit.
Well, Alan Risher, we've heard a lot about him. He's going to have to do something. You're looking at Eric Ellington there, the deep man, as Kim will kick off. Hold it, I'm sorry. Tim Clark will kick off. Short kick this time. Ellington has to come up to about the 6-yard line. He's right on the 5. To the 10. He's got some speed, but there's good coverage by Alabama, and Ricky Tucker, who made a hit moments ago on a kickoff play, has made yet another hit downfield very quickly. A senior out of Florence, Alabama. And still, Alan Risher comes out without much room to move. He's inside his own 20.
Alabama's played perfect field position football. This is the 4th time LSU has had the ball. They got it once on their 18, the other 3 times on their 20.
And now for the first time today, looks like Gene Lang, the speedy freshman, number 25, is in there. He's got the football. And Gene Lang is welcomed to Tuscaloosa, Alabama by Mike Rodriguez, who also is a freshman, number 31, the middle guard, up here from Melbourne, Florida.
I'm going to look, Jim, for LSU to start throwing on first and second down. They've been doing what you always want to try to do, which is to make your running attack go, but they're not having much success running the ball against this defense. If they throw on first or second down, that should loosen them up some.
Wallace, number 6, in with a new play, out to the left, and Tracy Porter out to the right. Risher has to throw. Being forced out of the pocket, now turns it upfield. Pretty good run. Very good run by Risher across the 30 line. First down. Eddie Lowe makes the top of Alan Risher at the 31 or 2 yard line, and it is first down to LSU.
And those are again the things that as a coach bother you so much. You get a good rush on Risher here, as you can see, a little bit of a play action, but all of the receivers downfield are covered. Man-for-man defense here. With people running off covering the receivers, he sees some daylight, and as you pointed out, Jim, this is a nifty ball carrier.
Pitches back to Lang, the man with all that speed, tries to get outside and is dragged down across the way. Fine saving tackle by Stan Bay, number 28, a sophomore out of Tuskegee, Alabama. Well, they've told us that Alan Risher can throw and run in the mold of an Archie Manning, who's still a big star in Louisiana. Well, after coming out of Mississippi, Bud and I met Alan Risher today. He looks like Archie Manning.
He moves like Archie also.
Second down, 7 to go. The ball on the 34-yard line. Risher back, now hands to Lang. Lang trying to use that speed, gets across the 35-yard line, and Mike Rodriguez and Eddie Lowe drag him down. But Bear Bryant has his second and third unit in there on defense. It is a warm day, nearly 80 degrees, and he is using all those folks.
Come fourth quarter time, all those folks will still be fresh.
That's right. Third down and about 5 to go. Orlando McDaniel comes wide left, and Tracy Porter goes to the right. Over the line of scrimmage, he's got his man LaFleur. It is a first down out near midfield, and this is the biggest moment for LSU's offense as Jim Bob Harris made the tackle.
LaFleur is a player that I believe is truly great. When you're 6'4", 232, and you can block as well as he does, also you're that big a target to throw the ball to, means you've got a great future in football.
From the 49, and now Lionel Wallace is split almost to the near sideline, and Risher keeps the football, now pitches it back, and look out, Mike Montz is hit, and hit hard by Gerald Sprinkle, number 7. Montz has good speed. There's a lot of speed on this LSU ball club. For example, Ephraim Coley, whom we have not seen today, a wide receiver or split end, and Orlando McDaniel, whom we have seen today, are half of the sprint relay team at LSU. They've got some speed. McDaniel goes wide to the right. Second down and about 10 to go. Risher hands to Montz. Montz threading his way and picks up 5 yards. And for the first time today, as Scott Holman holds on, Alabama finds LSU in its territory, and that is a big moment of news in this ball game thus far.
And if they pick up the first down here, they'll begin to unsettle the Alabama defense slightly. However, I still believe that they've got to throw the ball some if they're going to actually move it consistently.
Alabama 14, LSU nothing. 11:25 to go, first half. Very quick first quarter. Third down, 4 to go. Risher throws, has his tight end Scott. Scott's got the first down inside the 40, where Sprinkle makes the stop. And back comes the Alabama first team of defense. So keep that in mind.
LSU has been playing a lot of 2 tight ends. They had 2 tight ends on this play. Scott breaking to the outside, received the little short toss from Risher, picked up the necessary yardage for the first down.
Now comes Scott wide to the right. He is a tight end. There goes Orlando McDaniel in motion. Risher, long count by himself, pitches back Mike Montz. They're playing it perfectly. De Niro did an outstanding job. Number 51. You'll see some other people around there, but Gary De Niro simply played that option play beautifully.
The triple option off the veer theoretically is the same as the wishbone. Alabama looks at that triple option in practice all of the time, and they've been playing just marvelous defense against it, taking care of all 3 fakes, the inside, the quarterback, and then the pitch.
Well, there's the Alabama crowd, and we're told it's the most enthusiastic it's been in maybe a dozen years. Coming off the defeat by Alabama. Wow! Gene Lang hit by Randy Scott. Lang 25, Scott 50. As Tucker helps up the freshman out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. Scott is out of Decatur, Georgia.
When you said hit, that was almost an understatement. He really did unload on him.
Malcolm Scott comes back in, and out comes Mike Muntz. They do this frequently. They'll have 2 wide receivers plus 2 tight ends and a single running back on a long yardage situation. It is 3rd and 9. Risher back to throw. It's out here to Scott. Makes a good move, and then it's knocked down by Clements. 4th down. Mike Clements with a fine defensive play. And it looks as though they're going to have to give the ball up again as David Johnston comes on, and Alabama, barring some kind of blocked punt, will have its worst field position of the day. Even if the ball goes into the end zone, it comes out to the 20. Johnston gets it away. Good kick. It's short. It may stay outside that end zone. It will stay outside the end zone and bounce out of bounds on the 6.5-yard line. And Alabama, for the first time today, finds itself well inside its own territory. That's their worst field position by far for the day.
They had it on the 41 the first time they got it, Jim. Then they got it on the LSU 44, then their own 25, and now their own 6. A 30-yard punt, but a very effective 30-yard punt.
Ken Coley, a sophomore out of Birmingham, started today but got hurt, and Don Jacobs came on, reeled off a 45-yard run that led to the second touchdown. And Jacobs is the quarterback now, calling for his own fans to be quieter. From his own end zone, Jacobs is going to throw for Bendros. No good. Covered by Alvin Thomas. Well, Alabama is pulling out all the stops. 14-0, and Jacobs not hitting on that good a percentage. Less than 44% of his passes. Hauls off from his own end zone, Bud, and throws for the freshman Bendros.
LSU was really not surprised on the play. They made the reverse fake to the fullback Jackson, but the LSU secondary was in solid position. He did a good job to throw the ball away.
This is Major Ogilvie. Ogilvie almost a first down out near the 14-yard line. Dragged down there by number 92, Tim Joyner. Got his 3rd down and short.
Power pattern for LSU, Alabama rather. As you can see, the double team of Cowell and Mott against Marshall, and that did open the hole for Ogilvie.
Obvious running play now, but the way Alabama's been playing today, you wonder. 3rd down and about 2 to go from the 14. It is a running play, and Jackson may have gotten the first down, may not have gotten the first down. He is at the 15.5-yard line, and I think he's got to get the ball, nose of the ball, over the 16 to have made the first down. 4th down.
Big defensive stand that time by Louisiana State by not letting Alabama move it for a first down. They should have reasonably good field position. Their defense gets excellent credit for a very good 3-play drive there.
Williams made the tackle. Humphrey comes in, and this is Chris Williams taking a fair catch, and LSU again has outstanding field position at the 46-yard line. The Tiger 46 with 7:51 to go, and the score is Alabama 14 and LSU nothing. 35-yard touchdown run by Coley. He was hurt. John Jacobs' 45-yard run set up Ogilvie's dive from the 1. Wednesday night, November the 12th at 7:30 Eastern Time, live, the National Hockey League, Minnesota in Hartford. Join us here on your source for sports. Risher still with the football. Cuts inside. Risher inside the 45-yard line. Jackie Klein and Jim Bob Harris made the tackle of Alan Risher, who is the leading ball carrier for LSU.
They ran that play so quickly, I don't believe Alabama had a chance to get set and call their defense. It was a running fake inside, and then Risher coming off the fake carrying the football.
Still looking for Alan Risher to make something going with his passing game. He's not been able to do that. First down, and a movement made by Kerry West, a sophomore at Pineville, Louisiana. It's going to cost him 5 yards. It's going to make it first down and 15. The move ball back across the 45.
And he was a tackle at an end position that time. He's not eligible because he's not got the right number on, but the clear picture of the unbalanced line that Louisiana State's been going to on numerous occasions.
Incredible. Some of these students here at Alabama probably were not even born the last time Alabama lost a football game in this stadium. There's Ken Coley, who started the day. At quarterback, Risher hands off to Ellington. Ellington showed some speed getting to the line of scrimmage, picked up some yardage, but Robbie Jones playing today because Tom Boyd has a bad back. And a flag goes down, and it may be against Alabama. Let us see what happens. Now they're saying no flag.
Guess it was just a piece of tape that bounced off somebody's arm or shoulder pad or something. Been a very penalty-free game, Jim. We had one procedure penalty against LSU thus far.
I tell you, that Eric Ellington can get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. He's the man out of that Moeller High School in Cincinnati. Risher back. Risher running out. Risher gets near the 36-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and 5 to go. Randy Scott tripped him up as he got into the secondary.
Very impressive move that time. They really put the pressure on him. 7-man rush. He didn't have time to get set, but he found a little daylight between those rushers, and had he not stumbled, had a long, long gain.
And he decided on Alabama, and Alabama wanted him. He might be starting today for the Crimson Tide, but he said, I'm a Louisiana man, and I'm going to stay right in my own home state, and he did. 3rd down and 5, 14-0 Alabama, 2nd quarter. Risher, look out, gets the ball away, and that's 1st down, caught at the 30-yard line by Greg LaFleur. And Jim Bob Harris makes the hit at the 30-yard line. The market slightly inside the 30, 1st down LSU. The Tigers try to climb back into the ball game.
Let's watch LaFleur here. He's the tight end. You can see him bouncing off the block of De Niro, then cutting across the field. There was a very hard rush on Risher that time. So he got the ball right on target for the 1st down.
And you can see as LSU comes out of the lineup, they are an eager young ball club. They figure they're still in this. There goes Ellington, ripping off 5-7 yards inside the 25. Jackie Klein tripped him up. And LSU is moving the football and showing more confidence with each offensive snap of the football.
Ellington was very close to breaking that. He was clean through the line of scrimmage, but just tripped up.
2nd down and 5, as one hopeful LSU man said this morning in the restaurant at breakfast, when was the last time Alabama lost 2 in a row? They may not today, but that's the way they're thinking. Unbalanced line to the right. Risher, the reverse, pitches the ball back to Ellington. 1st down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal to go. LSU. Jim Bob Harris made the saving tackle. The freshman, Eric Ellington, out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
The formation got Alabama overshifted. It's an unbalanced line to the right of your screen. It's a very short corner. You can see Risher as he pitches the ball back to Ellington. A very fine block there by Gagin, the fullback.
You would think
Let's take a look at it again. Watch the fullback leading. There's the toss. Great downfield block. That wiped them out.
You would think this is a bowl game. Ellington down near the 6-yard line. Hey, this fella can run. He is only 5'9", low center of gravity, but in Ohio, and remember where they have a team called Ohio State. His senior year in high school, Eric Ellington was the Ohio State Football Player of the Year for the entire state.
And he somehow escaped both Michigan and the Buckeyes.
Time is called on the field. With the ball at the 6-yard line, 2nd down and goal to go for the Bengal Tigers of LSU under Jerry Stovall.
They've kept their poise. Many teams being scored on in 3 plays. The first time Alabama got the football, might have been shaken. Alabama then scored the 3rd time they had the ball, but LSU.
Lang now comes in. Ellington gets a little rest down near the goal line. Lang's number 25. They run the veer offense. Risher hands. This is Lang trying to turn the corner. Lang gets down to the 5-yard line. A gain of only a yard before E.J. Jr. And that's the first time I called this great All-American's name today. Made the stop.
Wishbone formation that time, which is a real change-up for Louisiana State. They just ran the power sweep from it rather than the triple option.
You wonder if Risher's going to carry it himself, if he's going to have the play-action fake. He's got a couple of outstanding tight ends, and LaFleur, who is 6'4", and Scott, who is the same height. 3rd down, goal to go. Risher looking. Risher! The ball is dropped, and they're going to call interference. I believe on Castile. Ball intended for McDaniel. And if that's interference in the end zone on Castile, it'll be 1st and goal to go LSU.
A little bit of a spread out pass. Risher sets, throws to McDaniel. And I can't tell really from that camera angle whether he was hit by Castile or whether Castile simply had his hand in front of him. But from where the official was, I would assume the call was good. He was right behind it.
As they say across the pond, Bud, and Jolly Old, it makes no never mind, or it matters not, they say. It makes no never mind, we say. It is 1st and goal to go.
But we're playing in Tuscaloosa, and he's kind of call it questionably against Alabama, I don't think.
1st and goal to go. LSU down close to the goal line, and that's about all goes Hokie Gajan, the senior from Baton Rouge, with one of the few married men on the LSU squad. As a matter of fact, we can say happy birthday to his daughter, who'll be 1 year old this month. And Hokie has lost his jersey and comes off the field. Lang replaces him, moving in at fullback. 2nd down, 14-0 Alabama, 3:30 to go, 1st half. LSU's got to come away with some points here to stick in this ball game. Alabama's offense has been powerful. Risher carries the football, touchdown! Across the way, Paul Bear Bryant had hands on his hips as the Bengal folks go wild.
There's nothing like an option play on the goal line. There's the inside fake. That freezes some of the defensive secondary. Risher's got a pitch man who is covered, but that leaves Risher open to break inside for the touchdown. He scored standing up.
And now, as if you didn't know, we have a ball game as David Johnston was hit on 16 of 17. Conversion attempts comes in to kick the extra point, which is good. It is 14-7 after Alabama showed tremendous early foot, grabbing a 14-0 lead. This is the same team, remember, LSU, that held Mississippi to 16 points, while Mississippi rolled for 35 points against Alabama.
That was an exceptional play, Jim, on that extra side fake. You can see the Alabama men close on the fullback. You can see number 18 there, Tucker, fading to the outside to protect against the pitch. Risher slides into the gap for the touchdown.
And now you see a man for the first time today. His name is James Wagner. He is a freshman out of New Orleans. Dan Barthol was injured severely last week and is not playing, and so Wagner is going to handle the kickoff duties. Now, we saw Wagner warm up, and he was not kicking the ball deep at all. Maybe the adrenaline is flowing now, and we'll see something different. Castile is the lone deep man. They may be expecting an onside kick, but they're not going to get it. And an outstanding kick, chasing Castile into the end zone, where he's going to step it there. Well, that tells you about warm-ups right there, Bud. He wouldn't hit the ball well at all.
You said about how that adrenaline was going.
James Wagner with his first kick in the varsity football game that we know of, taking over from Barthel, did a good job.
Let's watch the kick here. This is the first time he's done it, and boy, he knew he hit it. And look at that ball fly. Way, way, way deep in the end zone. No chance for a run back.
While you're watching the football, I was watching the blue skies and the puffy white clouds here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Well, the temperature is about 80 degrees, and it is first down. 14-7 Alabama, first down. Jacobs pitches the ball back to Major Ogilvie. Blockers in front. Ogilvie turns the corner and picks up nearly 10 yards. Out to the 29-yard line before James Britt, the cornerback, number 11, made the tackle. This is the unselfish man that Bud talked about. He doesn't care how often he carries the ball, how many plays he's in on, and yet he carries the ball for 6.5 on the average.
Very quick pitch that time. The defensive end, Malicon, came down, but Jacobs was able to get the ball out to Ogilvie, and you can see what a tough runner he is as he drives forward.
Second down 1, and that is Joe Jones out of Thomaston, Georgia, the senior left halfback, and he's going to cross the 30-yard line, and that's all he needs for the first down.
The takeoff by the Alabama line is why their offense is so tough for their running attack. They move right with the football.
Speaking of that, one of the best offensive line surges that Bud and I've seen all year, and I hope you saw it, was Oklahoma's line surge in the second half against Carolina last week in Norman. First down from the 32-yard line, Alabama. They're up by a touchdown. Jacobs, Jones again. Jones coming this way. Fine pursuit, dragged out of bounds by their number 1 safety man, Chris Williams, who is the third leading tackler, third only to the linebackers Richardson and Williams, and Williams did a fine job there on Joe Jones. That's a gain of about 4 yards at 2nd down and 6.
This is a very quick defensive football team. They've got speed. You've got to be able to run to play defense. Jones has got great speed, but you can see that he's not as fast as the men that are going after him. And Williams, the free safety, comes across to make the tackle and hold him to a short gain.
2nd down and 6 to go from the 36-yard line. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the half. Jacobs off the hands of Bart Kraut, his tight end. Ball got there awfully quick. Kraut turned, ball was in the hands a little bit high. Williams was there to help him out. And as Jerry Stoll was saying, hey, Chris, you did an outstanding job on that play. Get back in there.
And he truly did. All passes are thrown with timing. You're supposed to take a look at the ball at the time it's supposed to be thrown, but that one timing was a little faster than they had practiced.
This is an enthusiastic crowd, and that is one of the biggest understatements I've made in some time. 3rd down, 6 to go for Alabama. Jones goes in motion. Jacobs lost the football, and there he goes. He'll have to kick it away. And let's give a big hand right then and there to Melanson, the freshman out of a Cherry, who had a great chance to pile on Jacobs and deliberately went over the quarterback so as not to hurt him. It was Joyner that made the first hit.
That's a play that you hardly ever see a fumble on. It's a draw play. You don't get it after this one, as we see Humphrey punting the football.
To Williams at the 30-yard line. Has a chance for a return here. Lots of folks, and you can see the result. A lot of red and very little of the yellow and purple of LSU. But the Tigers have to go to the dressing room, barring some tragic mistake or turnover, feeling fairly well. They were down 14-0. They drove for a touchdown. It is 14-7. They've held Alabama and now have the football again.
And they've taken off that real key emotional factor that Alabama had going for them as the game started. That was an excellent punt again by Humphrey, 39 yards, right on his average. He's averaging 40 for the season.
Order goes wide to the right. McDaniel comes to the left. Look out. That is Risher. Ball bouncing around a little bit. Alabama folks thought they might have had it there, as Gamble again was buried on the play, and so was Risher.
This is reminiscent of the first snap of the game by LSU. Risher pulled out just a little bit earlier. The center snapped the ball too quickly, but you can see that his hands just never did get control of the football. However, he was able to move forward quickly, get on it before Alabama was able to do so.
No loss on the play. 2nd down 10, and that's the near tragic mistake that we were talking about. Risher back. Risher throws down the sidelines, and LaFleur is the man that's intended for, and it is no good. De Niro had to drop off to defend. Now, when you list him as an end, he's really a linebacker, 6 feet tall, 217, and he was with the tight end LaFleur step for step and made a good play.
When linebackers are able to cover receivers man for man, you know that they got the kind of speed that you must have if you're going to have a great defensive team. Good pass protection. De Niro is right with him, stride for stride. He went in to make the catch. LaFleur was right there fighting for the football. Excellent play by both men.
3rd down and 10. This time on a long yardage situation. They keep both backs in. Risher rolls out, throws the ball out here to Hokie Cajun. Cajun carries across the 45-yard line. And that will not be enough for the first down. Mike Clements made the tackle. Jerry Stovall is the man there with the dark glasses. And I was talking to Bud before the game. I've never seen another man. Bud said Don Perot did it. Jerry Stovall came on the field with a very slimline briefcase before a game. I've never seen a head coach do that.
He looked like the businessman he is.
The kick has gotten away. Castile watches it, picks it up, and see you later. He is bumped down on the 2-yard line. Alabama, in the closing minute of the first half, has terrible field position. About 98 yards to go for a score. And LSU, what a difference a quarter makes.
And the booing is because the kicker was hit here. Watch him. He's a big rush by Alabama. You can see all the men coming in. And he did run into the kicker. The referee is standing there looking at it. And my interpretation of the rules, that's a penalty, because if you do not touch the ball and you do hit the kicker, there isn't any judgment left. But I guess he felt that he had tried hard enough to avoid it.
Benny Perrin got away with one there.
He surely did.
First down from the 2-yard line. This stadium is alive. Jacobs carries the football. Ogilvy, and Williams makes the tackle as Ogilvy crosses the 5-yard line. 48 seconds left to go in the half. A pickup of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4. The vacant seats there, that's not because they're not filled. It's because the $1 Million Band has come down along the sidelines, ready to entertain at halftime. Every seat in this house has been taken and taken for a long while. As they tried to check into our motel yesterday, they were told, sorry, no room at the inn. And now this is Ogilvie again, trying to get across the 10, just shy of the first down. It'll be third down and short yardage, but the clock continues to run, and nobody seems to be in any hurry to get off another play.
I was very impressed with that pitch as Alabama does take, it's not Alabama, it's LSU taking timeout, thinking that maybe we can get good field position. We've got one more timeout to take and get a field goal.
That's true, but then sometimes I've seen that happen, and the guy breaks one off tackle and goes about 89 yards for a score, and you're saying, why, oh, why did I ever call a timeout and give him a chance for another play?
Well, I was impressed with the first down play of Alabama. You normally on the 1 yard line, anytime you run the triple option, you might fumble a football, and kind of a nice sign there, Jim. But
well, I'll tell you what, because I've read it before. It says, welcome, Jim, to the beginning of the next longest win. All right, third down 16 seconds to go. The ball just across the 10-yard line. Major Ogilvie carries the football out to the 15-yard line. That's a first down. Clock continues to run. And now LSU's going to call another timeout, hoping that some mistake is made by Alabama down there. And now they say, well, the clock continues to run, and I got the signal that it was a timeout call.
They did signal timeout, Jim,
but they're just going to let it run out. I guess he misheard what he misheard. So at the end of the first half, first quarter was all Alabama. Second quarter, give a tip of the hat to LSU. And at the end of 30 minutes of play, Alabama 14 and LSU 7.
To look at that play, you can see the little man in motion there. There's the fake to the fullback. They play for the pitch too strong. Coley cuts it up inside, and Coley has great speed, which is why he started today over Jacobs. They just don't have pursuit quick enough to catch him, and that was a 43-yard touchdown run for Coley. It appeared that Alabama, Jim, was going to...
Ogilvie took it over.
This is just a power drive from the wishbone formation with the fullback and left halfback leading the blocking. Ogilvie goes up in the air from about the 3-yard line. The line had fired out very well. The two lead blocks picked up the linebackers.
Football to play.
And one of the statistics that you often overlook are bad plays. Alabama had 3 in the first half. They lost 6 yards, 7 yards, and 14 yards. That's what breaks up the continuity of your attack.
James Wagner, the freshman, to kick off. This time it is a short kick. Castillo comes out to the 7-yard line. Hit once, ducks inside, and hit again as he crosses the 20-yard line. But excellent coverage by the LSU special teams, with Lifford Hobley making the stop. It'll be Jacobs, Jones, Jackson, and Ogilvie for Alabama. Ben Ross and Kraut, McCombs and Beasley, Allison and Cowell, and Mott at center, and an LSU man is down, and I think that is Hobley who is down. A freshman out of Shreveport is a freshman. Scott McRae is in at fullback, we see now. Lewis with the football, turns it upfield and gets across the 25-yard line. And now the ball is bobbled a little bit, and very quickly Leonard Marshall says it belongs to us, but the officials say no, it doesn't. Al Richardson made the stop.
So over anxious that time, Jimmy read the play very well, kept it wisely, turned upfield, but in his excitement just kind of tripped over his own feet.
Lenny Patrick now in, and Jackson comes back in. And there's Ogilvie turning the corner, run out of bounds by Britt, number 11, across the way. Chris Williams also there. The ball will be placed down at the 29-yard line.
When your quarterback is a little tight, a little nervous, that's a good solid play to call. Just all he's got to do is turn and pitch the ball. Doesn't have to do any reading, any optioning. That gives him a little more time to get adjusted. After you've been hit the first time or two, you've run a couple of plays, then it all comes back to you. You lose the tension.
Joe Jones is now running out of the halfback spot, and Lenny Patrick has been running out of the fullback spot.
I think we got an unnecessary roughness for hitting Ogilvie out of bounds.
That's what it is. Costly takes the ball out, first down, 44-yard line. But Lenny Patrick, who's 5'10", 170, the freshman, number 25, you'll see him set up in the fullback spot. The Ogilvie, the right half, Jones, the left half, with Patrick, a halfback. And that is Lewis. Look out, lost the football, picks it up, has a first down, down near the 40-yard line. Ball bounced right back to it.
I hate to say that that's a freshman, Jim, but the play really looked like it. Very wise idea, I think, putting Patrick there at fullback. He's got great speed, but watch the fake here. That's the fake to Patrick. He slides through. He doesn't have the ball. The ball is kept by Lewis. Lewis comes up, drops the ball, but it bounces forward, and he's got great athletic ability. Never made the recovery.
14-7, Alabama, early third quarter. Lewis hands to Patrick, who gets a yard or two, and that is all. And Lewis was stood up as he carried out his fake so well that the man trailing on the play absolutely stood Walter Lewis up in his tracks. He's a freshman out of Bruton, has fairly good size, 6 feet tall, 181 pounds. But an outstanding athlete.
LSU is something, they're just not going to throw the football, so let's have 11 men play defense against the run.
Second down and 8 to go. The ball on the nose of the football, almost on the 40 of LSU. Patrick stays in that fullback spot. This is Lewis, not going to go anywhere. And you're right, Bud, they're strictly playing the run.
Speed that Alabama's got in the backfield, you certainly don't want to give them any room, and you just got to take the gamble that they're not going to be able to throw the ball well.
Well, Walter Lewis goes out on this down, and Don Jacobs comes back in at quarterback. Joyner and Al Richardson made the stop of Lewis, who gets a hand as he goes to the sideline. It is third down and 7 to go. Passing situation, you would think, so Jacobs comes back in. Let's see what he does with the football. He's not going to throw it. He's going to pitch it back to Ogilvy, and Ogilvy's not going to get it. At the 35-yard line, it'll be fourth down and about 3 to go. As a matter of fact, they actually mark it at the 36-yard line. Lawrence Williams, the sophomore out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, made the tackle. The LSU special team started on the field only to find that
it was Humphrey in to punt the ball instead of Kim in to make the field goal attempt. And Alabama's taking the timeout.
Jacobs is on the field, now leaving the field. Humphrey's right in your picture right there. So they had the quarterback out there as well as the kicker. An LSU group of players ran on the field, spotted Jacobs, started back, but Humphrey is out there. And Jacobs is talking to the Bear. 12:07 to go, third quarter, 14-7 Alabama. Alabama did all its scoring in the first 15 minutes and 7 seconds of play. Now Alabama sends out, among other people, Alan Gray.
Humphrey has kicked the ball very well. That's 3 yards better than his average. His average going into this game, 40.4. It's 43.7 in this game. And this will be a short one, trying to be angled out of bounds.
Alan Gray, a quarterback, sets up as a blocker on the 41-yard line. Humphrey, the punter, is back at the 49-yard line. And LSU's beginning to point to Gray and look around. They have nobody back for the supposed punt. They figure something's up, but the ball does go to Humphrey, and he does aim it for the sidelines. And it may go out of bounds quicker than what they wanted. Let's see where they mark it. But the official marks it. No, it went out of bounds on the 6-yard line, he says. So an outstanding punt for Woody Humphrey. And now for the first time, LSU, which did not have good field position all through much of the first half, finds itself with its worst field position of the day.
There's absolutely no rush. As you pointed out, Jim, LSU is expecting anything except a punt. So Humphrey can kick it just like it's pure practice for him. You can see no pressure whatsoever. Just a beautiful form kick, and he hit it out on the 6-yard line.
Risher, Monson, Cajun in the backfield. Risher carrying the football, lost it, falls on it. E.J. Jr. falls on Risher. He has started out each of these halves very shakily.
You kind of feel the tension building also, that both teams a little bit tight. Both teams have great respect for each other. This is the veer play being run by Risher here. He steps to the outside. However, Jr. got a little piece of him. He fumbled the football. He was able to get back on it.
Second down, 10 to go. Risher hands to Cajun. Cajun gets out to the 10-yard line where Randy Scott, number 50, makes the stop, along with number 98, Jackie Klein, the right tackle. There is Hokie Cajun playing his final year. And then on the sidelines, we see yet another man, Alvin Thomas, being ministered to.
And you feel that both teams are playing the defense against the run so tough that the team's going to break something up here is going to be the team that can throw the ball.
Risher's an outstanding thrower and is back to throw. No, he's going to run now. Makes a good move. That gets out across the 15-yard line. Very close to first down. Jackie Klein, number 98, again in on the tackle. And it's 3rd down and about, hold it, 4th down and about a yard. They'll have to kick the ball away.
He made a great move, though. Pressured, had the pass set up, wisely decided to run. Alabama is so quick defensively, they were closed to keep it from 1st down.
Well, here's David Johnston. We all know what has been happening to him on the rush by Alabama. They got 10 men up front. It could be tough for him. He gets the ball away, a line drive that will hit at the 45, go to the 50, roll away. Castillo makes no effort to go after it. And that is a break for LSU as the ball dribbles inside the 35-yard line. And they will take that in a hurry.
As you say, Jim, it was really a break because the pressure caused him to kick the ball poorly. However, he did kick it at an angle where Castillo could not get over and get into it. And when a football is bouncing, most coaches say stay away from it because it can take some crazy bounces, might hit you, cause a fumble.
First down, 34-yard line, Alabama. 10:07 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-7. Jackson back in at fullback now. That is Jacobs faking, looking downfield for Kraut. Kraut's got the football. No, they say he does not at the 46-yard line. He dropped the football. Ball was a little underthrown, and Bart Kraut, the junior out of Birmingham, could not hold on to it.
This is a very good call. The play action as we look at number 51, Richardson. He goes for the running fake here, way up in the air, and he gets blocked very, very hard by Jackson, but the ball was badly underthrown, incomplete pass.
Melanson is playing the left linebacker spot with injured White, with Joyner playing the right linebacker spot for LSU. 2nd down, 10. Jacobs, look out, lost the football, and I believe, well, let's wait. It belongs to LSU, the turnover by Jacobs. At the 35-yard line. And let's see who gets up.
Here's the first fake to the fullback. Jacobs pulls it back out. He's double teamed. The ball bounced out. Everybody's diving for it, but it's the first big turnover, and I believe it was Dardar who made the recovery.
Ball at the 35-yard line. First big turnover of this football game, and LSU, the momentum goes back to them. 9:55 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-7. Risher on 1st down, back to throw. In trouble, gets the ball away. Intended across the way for Malcolm Scott, number 80. But he was throwing under pressure, and Lyles and De Niro were the man who were applying the pressure to Allen Risher. It is 2nd down and 10 to go.
He did a great job of getting rid of the football. Alabama had the rush on. The rush was effective. He made an excellent move to get to the outside and then got rid of the ball just before he was tackled.
Alabama stunned by Mississippi State 6-3, and Bud and I will be at Jackson, Mississippi next week, trying to fight back against a spunky LSU team. Risher, the ball is knocked away. Ball it on, and they're going to call it a fumble, and Lyle jumps on the ball. Was his arm going forward or not? They say no, it belongs to Alabama inside the 45.
2 fast turnovers, and they had 1 turnover in the first half, which was an interception on a long ball. Let's take a look at it again as Risher stops back. You can see that no one touches the rushers as they come in. He's trying to get the ball up to throw it. He's hit before he can even get the ball shoulder high. Alabama makes the recovery, and they are in business on the 45-yard line.
Each quarterback has fumbled the ball away. Jacobs now with a chance to redeem himself. The pitch back to Jones. Jones coming this way, played beautifully on defense by the very speedy wide man. And that was number 34, Lawrence Williams, and number 40, Marcus Quinn, the strong safety who peeled out there to make the stop. A gain of only 2. 2nd down and 8, and now Walter Lewis comes back in at quarterback as Paul Bear Bryant may have decided that Ken Coley is his man. He's got a bad wrist, but still is playing that quarterback roulette. He has not settled on one man.
I'm very impressed with the speed of the LSU defense. They can really recover.
2nd down and 8. Lewis in to run the football. Hands the ball to Jackson, who gets down to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 5 yards to go. And you can see getting up Tim Joyner playing that right linebacker spot. And Al Richardson, who's on that side, the weak side. Joey Jones comes in, the freshman from Mobile, with the play as you look at the Alabama bench. They're up by 7, midway, 3rd quarter. 3rd down, 5 to go. Everybody expecting run. Lewis carrying the football. Lewis knocked down by Al Richardson, number 51. And he is shy of the first down. It is 4th down.
Again, Jim, I believe that Alabama's going to have to throw the ball to move it. Watch Richardson, number 51. He's blocked. He fights off the block, moves, closes, and what a solid hit. Beautiful defensive play.
Lenny Patrick is coming in on 4th down and 2, and the Bear is going to go for it at the 37-yard line. Ogilvy goes out. Lewis brings them out. LSU naturally playing run. I formation this time. Flag goes down. Did they take too much time? If they did, it could be a punting situation. It was 4th and 2, and in getting them out there, they're going to draw the 5-yard penalty, and here comes Woody Humphrey to kick the ball away.
It's always possible, Jim, that they hope that by going to the line of scrimmage, calling a sharp snap count, you might get LSU to jump offside. If they don't jump offside, you just take the delay of the game penalty, and from this field position, the 5 yards does not in any way hurt Alabama.
Chris Williams goes deep as Humphrey stands on his own 44. Gets the ball high. Williams calls fair catch at the 10-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 to go, as LSU had a break, fumbled the ball back to Alabama. Alabama could not pick up a first down, and LSU comes out deep in its own territory. Down by 7 with 7:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
In the 1st quarter, we had, we look at the penalties here, it's a very penalty-free game. LSU 3 for 25, Alabama 2 for just 9 yards. But the speed of the LSU defense is the thing that has changed this football game. They seem to be a little bit off balance the first time Alabama had the ball, and also the 3rd when they drove for a touchdown. Since then, their speed has kept the Tide contained.
Orlando McDaniel is in motion. Risher with the football, pitches back to Eric Ellington, and dragging him down is Tommy Wilcox, a strong safety, the freshman of the year in the conference last year. And I think he has been thrown for loss of about 2. The very speedy Eric Ellington.
Looked like he'd be thrown for more than 2 to me.
2nd down, 12 to go. Ball back on the 8-yard line. Now for one of the few times the crowd is relatively quiet, but they'll pick up the tempo again. And here they come. That is Ellington again into the secondary across the 20. 1st down LSU. Jim Bob Harris made what is known as, but in this case is the truth, a saving tackle.
Unbalanced line. Alabama didn't get set too well for it. It's unbalanced to the right of the screen here. De Niro tries to come across, but he's across too deep and can't get back quickly enough. He was out too wide against the unbalanced line and was unable to recover. 1st down.
1st down from 21-yard line. 6:44. There is Jerry Stovall. Terry Baker was the Heisman Trophy winner in 1962, and the gentleman in your picture right there was 2nd in the voting. Unanimous All-American. 1st and 10. LSU. Since early in the 2nd quarter, most of the momentum has belonged to the Tigers. Risher trying to get something going, fires the ball, and that is caught by LaFleur, who holds his hands up high as E.J. Jr., trailing him, made the stop. Ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line. That's a pickup of about 6. 2nd down and a very short 4.
They've hit this pass. I think this is the 3rd time. It's a very simple crossing pattern by the tight end. Risher back. LaFleur coming across against the grain. Junior waiting for him, but unable to get to the ball. Gain on the play.
Otto Wallace wide to the right. Hokie Cajun carrying the football. That's a 1st down. LSU near the 35-yard line, with Mike Clements making the tackle, and now you can kind of feel a little restive sound from the Alabama end of the field and a little hopeful sound from the LSU end of the field.
LSU's been going on a very quick count. Alabama, I don't think, has been set like they should be. The quarterback has been getting up to the line, just calling one snap signal.
1st down. No man is Hokie Cajun, who picks up another 5 yards out to the 40-yard line. Robbie Jones makes the stop. Well, Alabama started out like a house afire in this ball game, and early in the 2nd quarter it was 14-0. But since then, LSU's been in the ball game.
The quick snap here, Alabama just doesn't seem to be quite ready to charge. The LSU offensive line stands them up at the line of scrimmage. They get a pretty good piece of the linebackers, and they pick up 5 yards on the play.
2nd down and 5 to go. Risher throws the ball out to Cajun, who gathers it in. Cajun is out to the 40-yard line. Just maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go. Robbie Jones, a sophomore out of Demopolis, Alabama, playing for Tom Boyd on the weak side. Boyd's got a bad back. By the way, they're without Boyd, who's their leading tackler. Well, anyway, Jones made the stop. As you look at Chris Williams, defensive safety, LSU.
So much pressure that time, Jim, from Alabama. It was a lateral pass, looked almost like a forward pass.
3rd down and nearly 5 to go. Risher looks again to Cajun. Cajun's got the first down across midfield. Jim Bob Harris is the man who tripped him up, but it is 1st down LSU. And this is not the way the script usually goes here at Bryant-Denny Field.
And once you get off to a great start, 14-0, and then you can't put them away, they begin to gain confidence. This is a very good call. Alabama's been pressuring Risher, pressuring him, and that opens it up for Cajun on the outside on the little swing pattern. One missed tackle, then he's picked up downfield after the first down.
49-yard line of Alabama, 1st and 10, the Tigers. There's Cajun again. Cajun picks up 4 or 5 more yards with Alabama's Gary De Niro hanging on, number 51.
That quick count at the line of scrimmage is really giving Alabama's defensive linemen some trouble. The quarterback gets set, gets his hand under, and the first sound, they're snapping the ball. And normally you vary it more than that. They're just not getting off with the count.
Okay, Bud Wilkinson, whom do we vote number 1? Georgia has defeated Florida 26-21, while Notre Dame was tied by Georgia Tech 3-all after being voted number 1 at the beginning of the week, and Georgia Tech doesn't even have a winning record. Oh, you can hear it in South Bend. Here comes Ellington. Great speed, getting across the 45, dragged down from behind as he nears the 40-yard line by Tommy Wilcox. Number 15, dragged down and derobed by Wilcox.
Well, to answer your question, Jim, we have only one undefeated team, so they're going to be ranked number 1. Whether they're the best team or not, I don't know. There have been too many great teams that have lost one game.
Well, the Sugar Bowl officials, one of their matchups possible would be Georgia and Alabama for the national championship. Notre Dame got caught looking ahead to Alabama. Will Alabama get caught looking ahead to Notre Dame? They play each other next week. Alabama's leading, but in a little bit of trouble. Risher carries a football and not very far. It's 4th down. E.J. Jr. is at the bottom of that pile, number 39. And it'll be 4th down. 2.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. LSU, they're doing very well, and they're not going to take any chance. They're going to kick the ball away. No sense giving the Crimson Tide this kind of field position. Castile goes deep as David Johnston, who's been rushed a lot, stands inside his own 45. Dropped the football, barely gets it away, and it's recovered by De Niro at the 40-yard line. LSU has not been able to really bring off the snap, nor the blocking necessary for David Johnston to get many decent kicks away. He has had one the entire day.
The problem that LSU's had has been the snap from center, but this one is a good snap from center. He just took his eye off the ball. It goes right between his hands. He's very lucky to even get rid of the ball. Might have been hit there by the hand of the rushing Alabama man. Probably was, or we might have had a penalty for roughing the kicker.
Jacobs hands the football. Billy Jackson, look out across the 50, down to the 40, and Britt brings him out of bounds. 1st down on the 38-yard line.
It's been going to happen sometime. Jackson has had no room to run. They've bottled him up every time. I think the biggest gain he had prior to that one was 1 5-yard. Most of the time they hit him right at the line of scrimmage. This time he just explodes.
I can't believe this football season. Bud and I have seen, as you watch this run here by Jackson, we have seen Pittsburgh go down after being undefeated, Oklahoma go down after being undefeated, Texas go down, Carolina go down. Now we understand that Notre Dame has been tied. What a football season. UCLA has gone down. Here is Patrick carrying the ball down to the 35-yard line, where he is stacked up after a gain of 2.5. Let's call it 2nd down and 7. Eric Bauer, a freshman offensive player, who because of the injuries to the middle guards of LSU has been moved to that spot, made the stop. His number is 62. He's out of Springfield, Ohio. They just announced the Notre Dame Georgia Tech score here. Well, Georgia can't look past Georgia Tech either, can it?
Nobody can look past anybody.
2nd down, 8 to go. Alabama leads 14-7. Jacobs pitches back. Look out. That is Fagan carrying the ball for the first time today. First down inside the 25-yard line. Melanson made the stop.
Well, fullback can break it, Jim, as Jackson did for that one run, and there's simply a missed tackle there that enabled him to do it. You get the defense so conscious that he might have the ball that it sets up the outside attack, and that's what Alabama needs to establish.
Alabama, in the first 8 games, had 21 different men carry the football. Not that many today, but certainly a lot. First down on the 27. Ball handed off to Jackson, the fullback, down near the 15. And there you start to see again the Alabama offensive line beginning to move with the football.
Jackson has got great quickness, great speed. He's what you look for in a wishbone fullback. Size, 214 pounds, but quick takeoff.
Second down and 4 to go on the 16-yard line. 14-7 Alabama, but the Tide is driving after that 4 punt. Charlie Williams comes in at one of the running back spots, number 38. Williams with the football, first down inside the 10-yard line for Alabama, first and goal to go. Tackle made by Benji Thibodeau, but the Tide is rolling.
They'll have to hustle to get the play off before the end of the quarter.
Alabama has moved the football, but remember, as time is going to run up before they do get it off, it was the poor kick after the fumbled snap that set up the good field position for Alabama. 3 quarters, the Tide on the move and leading, but it's not over yet. Many surprises all season long on college football, and here on ESPN. First down. This is ball from the 11-yard line. They can pick up a first down without going into the end zone. Lawrence Williams made the stop there as the ball is moved down inside the 8. Nose of the ball on the 7-yard line. Second down and 6 to go. Jacobs calling. He is down at the end of the field now where the Alabama fans are. He's asking his own fans, I mean the student body, to be quiet so they can hear. Jacobs with the football, turning it inside the 5-yard line, near a first down. Don Jacobs getting up slowly. He did not start the ball game. Coley did, hurt his wrist. Jacobs came on since Walter Lewis has been in there. And Jacobs is getting back to the huddle. I thought for a moment he might take himself out as he's limping.
He just got stung a bit. If he was really hurt, he would come out.
Third down, 1.5 yards to go for the first down, 2.5 for the touchdown. Ogilvy, touchdown, second of the day. Alabama moves out.
This is a straight power drive that Ogilvy scored on in the first half. The left halfback, fullback Jackson lead him on the play to pick up anybody who might be shooting the gap. The line takes off beautifully. We watched the blocking ahead of him, and he took off that time from about the 4-yard line and then just kept his legs churning to put it in the end zone.
Peter Kim with Humphrey to hold. Woody Humphrey, and Kim puts the ball up, and the kick is perfect. And it is 21-7. And now this young LSU team must come back against a team that they have not beaten in 9 consecutive tries. And the team that was rated number 1 until last week when Notre Dame took over. And we all know what happened today. And here we look again at Mr. Ogilvy.
And that's that beautiful blocking that I spoke of as you see Jackson going through, taking on his man, and Ogilvy going high in the air, coming back down on his feet, running for 3 more strides, getting it into the end zone.
A reminder that our first ESPN telecast of the PBA winter season will be Friday, November the 14th at 10 o'clock Eastern Time from Syracuse, New York. $85,000 in prize money. And our old buddies, Johnny Petraglia, Marshall Holman, Jory Berardi, Wayne Webb will all be there. They're trying to earn $100,000 in prize money in a year. That's not bad. And who said that bowling didn't pay off? We've got excellent PBA bowling here on ESPN. And now Clark to kick the ball off. Ellington is the man looking slightly into the sun, standing on his own goal line to receive. Risher and company have to get good field position to get something going. Ellington will have a chance now from the 3-yard line across the 10 across the 20, on his feet and wrestled down, and that's fairly good field position, and he returns the ball about 24 yards to the 27-yard line, where it is 1st and 10. Alan Risher's an outstanding passer, 61% of his passes before today, 6 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, but he's having a little trouble today.
The scoring drive very effective because of the running of the fullback Jackson. LSU had been doing a great job of stopping the fullback all day long, but when he begins to make some yardage, it opens up everything else from the wishbone.
Let's see if Alan Risher starts putting the ball in the air. He reverse pivots, brings the ball himself, gets across the 30-yard line to the 31. A gain of about 4. It is 2nd down and 6, and that was Mike Pitts who made the stop. There's Risher shaking that right hand, isn't he?
Yeah, but he almost broke that thing. It's fine grabbing a 1 foot to make the tackle.
I wonder what you do if you're the parents of John Morrow of Alabama. They live in South Bend. That's where he comes from. And next week in Birmingham, it is Notre Dame of South Bend against Alabama. Here comes Risher rolling out. Cuts back and is caught from behind. Fine play there. Randy Scott, the strong side linebacker. Gary De Niro, along with Randy Edwards. All look good there, playing defense. And it is 3rd down and nearly 5 to go. And so Orlando McDaniel comes in. Risher's not thrown the ball as much as I thought, but then again, they probably figure they got a long time to go, and let's see what we can do with our speed out of the backfield.
Alabama played that last one perfectly. It's very hard to protect against the rollout and then recover when he runs.
They're going to run again. Mike Montz carrying the football, does not have the 1st down. Scott Holman, number 93, is there, along with Gary De Niro and Tommy Wilcox. And they're going to have to kick the ball right back to Alabama.
Something they do not want to do.
Paul Bear Bryant, I don't know that he's breathing easy now, but certainly easier than just about 5 minutes of playing time ago. And here comes this rush again against David Johnston. This time he gets the ball away, and it's not a particularly good kick, but it's going to get a good roll for LSU before going out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at the 26. 1st and 10 from the Alabama 26-yard line. They lead it 21-7. Next week, among our 99-hour football feast, and this is 99 hours in a single weekend, remember, we have Sunday, November the 23rd through Friday, November the 28th. That's a holiday week, remember, with Thanksgiving. We've got the Grey Cup game that is live. We've got a lot of NCAA football games that we'll tell you about in a moment. We've got our football preview show that Bud and I do. Outstanding. Alan Gray's the quarterback and in deep trouble. All right, we have gone through Ken Coley, then Don Jacobs, then Walter Lewis, and now Alan Gray as Paul Bear Bryant reaches to his 4th quarterback.
That's the best punt that we've had all day by Louisiana State. It was 38 yards. That's not great, but that's a lot better than 1 or 16 or 18.
2nd down and 11 to go. Alan Gray played wide receiver last year. He's a junior out of Tampa, Florida. Bryant trying to get something going with some of his men. First man through is Charlie Williams, the fullback. Was across the 25, back to about the original line of scrimmage. Now it's 3rd and 10.
They want to throw it on 1st or 2nd down. They're going to have some receivers open. I guess they just don't want to.
Tim Jordan, the sophomore at Baton Rouge, has done an outstanding job at right linebacker. Maybe Jerry Stovall and staff, when grading out the films, will find some things that Tim did wrong. But every time we've seen him, he's been around the ball and played very well with Melanson over the left linebacker spot with Lyman White out and injured. 3rd and 10. Gray back to throw, and it is almost intercepted. That was Alvin Thomas over there. The ball was intended for Mallard, number 26, and that's only the 5th time this year that Alan Gray has thrown the football.
And I don't think Gray should have thrown that one. It's the first fake off the wishbone. Gray rolls it to the outside, throws it, but he underthrows it, and had it been high and up where it might have been, I think that the interception would have taken place, and that would have been disastrous.
Chris Williams deep. Humphrey gets the ball away. Williams will take the ball. Does at the 32-yard line. He's got speed. There he goes. Down the sidelines inside the 40-yard line. 1st down, LSU in Alabama territory. A saving tackle by Mark Nix at the 36-yard line of Alabama.
Very fine move that time, and a very saving tackle by number 40. I think that's Henderson. It appears that he's got the play broken here. He breaks it to the outside. He turns on his speed, and that's Nix coming up that makes the saving tackle. I thought he had enough daylight to go all the way.
Williams limped to the sideline. I don't know how bad it is, but he's their leader on defense from his free safety spot. First down LSU, 10.5 minutes to go. Risher back to throw, gets the ball out to Cajun. Cajun inside the 35 and knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Randy Scott took him out of bounds, and there's Cajun coming back. They are working on Williams on the sideline, but I don't see them working around his leg, and he was limping off, so apparently he will be all right. It is second down now, and 5 to go from the 32-yard line for LSU. Cajun and Ellington. Ellington with the football, great speed, and wow, did he get hit, and hit hard by E.J. Jr. and Mike Clements.
Unbalanced line again that time. Alabama's beginning to adjust to it much better, but that handoff appears to be run almost like most teams run the sweep. He gets the ball about 2 yards deep in the backfield and then simply breaks for daylight along the line of scrimmage.
Here's a big play now for LSU, and the last man into the lineup is Gene Lang, sending Cajun to the sidelines. Lang and Ellington, 2 freshmen, are there. There goes Lang, first down, LSU at the 25-yard line, and the Bengals just will not give up. They've won 4 in a row. They're undefeated in the Southeastern Conference.
And that quick count that they're using at the line of scrimmage, their quick snap count, is catching Alabama before they're ready to charge. He found the daylight there, slipped through it, and straight ahead handoff, one of the simple plays in football, ran right by De Niro for the first down.
Wallace goes wide to the left. Tracy Porter comes to the right. They've only thrown him once today with any accuracy, and he dropped the ball back in the first quarter. Risher back. Now has room. Now he's going to run the football inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 18 with Robbie Jones, number 97, the linebacker, making the stop there. And LSU continues on the move. That's a gain from the 27 down inside the 19.
It's a drop back pass. You can see the linemen all giving ground, trying to set up to pick up the various cross charges. They do a pretty good job. Nobody is open. Risher has got to run, looking to throw. Then he decides he will run, and at that point he's tripped up.
Oh, Ellington goes nowhere. That is Warren Lyles, a middle guard, number 91, that simply stood up the 5'9" Ellington. Or I should say stood him down. 8:25 to go in the game. It is Alabama 21 and LSU 7, but the spunky Bengals have a 3rd down and 3 inside the 20 of Alabama. A little confusion now of who is in and who is out. Moss stays in, Ellington comes out, and the Bengal fans say, come on. Cajun asked Risher the snap count. 3rd and 3. I think they took too much time. It is 3rd and 8.
That's the time you don't want to let that happen. Very obviously, the little mix-up as to who was going to be in the game. And then, as Jim mentioned, the snap count, what was the snap count? 25 seconds go by very quickly after the referee in the college game has declared the ball ready for play.
Well, apparently you changed from a running down to a passing down on 3rd and 8. As back come the 2 wide receivers, McDaniel 32 and Tracy Porter 21. Risher today has not thrown all that often. Porter goes left, McDaniel goes right. Each man has great speed. Alabama playing pass. Risher back. Risher looks. Ball is put over the head of Cajun as Risher was knocked down by Jackie Klein. De Niro Olsen enforcing. And it is 4th down.
Very good pressure. Alabama in a 4-man rush is all, but they're very active as they move to the outside. This is De Niro coming in right there, deflecting the ball, causing it to be way beyond the reach of the receiver.
No field goal called for. It is go for broke time on 4th down and 12. Porter left. McDaniel right. 2 tight ends. 1 setback. Risher back to throw. Risher buried by De Niro. Number 51. Alabama's football. 7:27 to go, 21-7 the Tide.
De Niro looks a lot stronger than his size and weight. He's 217 pounds, but he looks much stronger and bigger than that.
Alabama, remember, if they hold on here, goes to get Notre Dame in Birmingham next week. And Notre Dame today was tied by Georgia Tech 3-3. I just cannot believe the 1980 football season. And Bud and I have sat in a lot of those upsets that you've read about. Lewis is the quarterback. Hands the ball away to Jackson, and Jackson breaks the tackle out near the 40-yard line. Marcus Quinn, the strong safety, had to make the stop.
It's tough to do what Alabama is doing. Just tell them we're not going to throw the ball. You stop our running attack. And normally when you are playing that solidly on the ground, the defensive team can stop you.
Second down and a yard to go. Lewis is in running the football. He lost the football, and I believe that LSU may have it. They do. Lewis gobbles the ball, and this time he can't get it back. Britt is under there, and getting up with the football is number 37 of
He
LSU.
just pulls his arms out too soon. You can see the ball never even got close to him. He reached back in, got a hold of it, but he bounces it around. Everybody else had gone to the left of the screen, and it's an easy recovery for LSU. Watch him pull his hands out early here. The ball never gets into his hands. Grasping for it, he bounces it. The play was to the left of the screen. He's the only man closing over there. He gets shut off, and there's nothing but white jerseys on the ball.
And Ricky Chapman, the freshman out of Winfield, Louisiana, is happy. The ball recovered at the 39-yard line. Now a man in motion. Fisher calls signals. Fisher with the football. Pitches back to Montz. Montz is covered. They lost the football, and Alabama got it. Montz fumbles, and Warren Lyles, the middle guard, comes up with it. Number 91. And I'm surprised there, Bud, that they were running the football with less than 7 minutes to go and down by 14 points.
Well, I'm amazed that they were running the football. I thought for sure that he would throw it. Lyles is number 91. De Niro, he's coming across. He closes. The pitch is made. He's staying after him. He's turned up inside. There's hit. The ball bounces loose, and now it's red shirts all over the ball.
Tommy Wilcox is the man who stripped it. Number 15. Jackson finally knocked out inside the LSU 30-yard line. As the Tide rolls on and in, LSU was spunky, had an excellent second quarter and most of the third quarter, but Alabama sent fresh troops and more fresh troops against them, and now they're rolling.
This is what you need to do with the wishbone. He sees the daylight open up inside, and he's quick, fast. He turns it to the outside, breaks past the safety men. Let's take another look at it as he's breaking here to the outside. He turns the corner. When he sees that he can't get outside of everybody, he just simply turned it upfield and picked up a big gain.
As we
35
come back,
yards.
We come back, Jackson carries for about a yard, and I think that you can notice that Alan Gray is in there, the bobble by Walter Lewis, and see you later, Mr. Freshman.
Well, I tell you, those back-to-back fumbles play one team, then the second team just changed everything.
I don't think that he feels that badly, the elephant, the mascot of Alabama, because the Tide is rolling again with Notre Dame in Birmingham next week. Second down, 9 to go, and the clock a factor. 6 minutes left in this game. Gray pitches back. That is Ogilvie with the football. Inside the 20. First down, Alabama at the 11. Al Richardson knocked him out of bounds, but now the Tide, with its running game, and that's what they've been playing most of the time, began to put it to the decimated LSU defense.
Jackson has run the ball effectively. That sets up the pitch, and this is a good view of Ogilvie. He's got speed enough to get outside, and when there's nothing left to take, he simply lowers his shoulder and goes for the extra yardage. That's his stats for today. 44.1 yard average. He's averaging 6 for the season.
First down from the 11-yard line. Gray lost the football. Belongs to LSU. Do not put the capper on this one yet. Getting up is number 99, Melanson, the freshman. I'll tell you, Bud, when they take a look at the score, those who've not watched this game as we watch this fumble here, they're going to say, oh, Alabama had them all the way. Not so. This has been quite a football game.
The penetration to the point of exchange just after he kills the wishbone attack, and that's what happened that time. You see the defensive tackle for LSU is shooting down the line of scrimmage, and he's right there on the point of his change. That was Joyner.
No turnovers in the first half. The second half was a different story. And there is Ellington. And LSU continues to run the football. I know that they're in their own territory, but I also know the clock shows 5:38 and counting.
And it's tough to break a running play against Alabama. Their defense is just too quick, too fast.
21-7. Alabama, 5.5 minutes, now less than that. Paul Bearbrine wins here. It will be 67 out of 68 games at Bryant-Denny Field since he became head coach in 1958. Now Rich is back to throw. Now Rich is throwing for Porter. Porter catches the football at the 43-yard line. First down to LSU. A flag down back at the 9. Oh, hold on. Is it holding or is it against Alabama? It is holding LSU.
Boy, that is a tough one because he went up, took the ball away from 2 defenders, made a marvelous catch. We'll take a look at it again and see if we can pick up the holding by the Louisiana State offensive line. Reicher dropping back. I couldn't see it in anything that appeared on our camera there, but you can see what a marvelous catch he made there. Porter pulling the ball down with 2 defenders right on it, and that moves it back to the 4-yard line. A great play, all for naught.
Apparently Alabama will not be beaten today. They were a week ago by Mississippi State, but now be in Jackson, Mississippi next week to take a look at that team as they face the same LSU team, and this is going to be a whalable ball game. Risher hands the ball off. Clock is working against them. It'll be 3rd down now and nearly 20 yards to go. Eddie Lowe made the stop of Lang, the ball carrier.
And you know that Alabama's thinking they're going to throw it. LSU is thinking we've got to throw it, but you risk the interception throwing the 3rd and 20 unless you get very fine execution.
LSU had won 4 in a row before today. Alabama was 0-1 before today after the 28-game winning streak of a week ago. The last couple of years was broken a week ago. 3rd down, Risher must throw from his own end zone. Throws it for Porter again. Double coverage, nobody gets it. Castile was there, Jim Bob Harris was there. It's 4th down. And LSU has to kick it away. David Johnston, he has had an awesome day today. Some of the balls have bounced to him, some of them in his hands. He's dropped it. Sometimes the coverage of Alabama has almost knocked him off his feet. One time it did. His punting average is not good. Low snap again. This time he line drives it to Castile at the 42. Castile gets down to the 30. Excellent field position for Alabama to run this one down and out.
Made a very wise decision there. Almost all punt returns are set up one sideline or the other. He knew that that kick was low, and if he took it right straight ahead, he'd get more yardage than he would if he wasted time going laterally.
But I'll tell you one thing about this game, and the folks in the Bayou State may disagree with me. They can be proud of LSU, but this has been, regardless of the outcome, a very entertaining and exciting game. Lewis back in. He passes to Caruth, and Caruth, who's carrying the ball for the first time, the freshman out of Summit, Mississippi, is stopped after he gets inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23-yard line. Al Richardson, the weak side linebacker. There is Paul Caruth, 6'2", 185, a freshman. That's the one thing that Alabama's done all during its championship years. They keep throwing people, and then more people, and then more people up here.
And that gets them better and better and better. They improve faster.
2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup. Walter Lewis hands the ball off, and that is Charlie Williams, as we're now down near the 3.5-minute mark. Williams did not get the first down. Leonard Marshall filling in admirably today at middle guard for the 2 injured starters. Sophomore from Franklin, Louisiana, made the tackle.
And I would like to see Alabama throw the ball, Jim, just to see how open he would be, because you are really getting everybody as we see the sadness that's beginning to come over Williams and the other LSU people.
Williams was just so upset. They gave it the roll. Here comes Carter. Carter, another freshman, out of the home of Mississippi State, Starkville, Mississippi, is stopped by Boudreaux, the sophomore of LSU. It is a first down, Alabama. They'll move the sticks, and now the clock begins to move again with less than 3 minutes to go, and they're tied up by 14.
A little different execution here. The quick pitch back. They're getting such a hard charge from the defensive tackles that they don't want to really ride the ball. They just fake to the fullback, pitch it.
Joey Jones, wide to the right. Lewis hands the ball off, and that is Charlie Williams inside the 10-yard line. Well, on the way into the game today outside the stadium, some Bengal rooters said, "Hey, fellas," to Bud and myself, "when are you going to come back to Baton Rouge?" Well, we're not this year, but I said I will look into it, and after the way they're playing, I guarantee as young as they are, I think we'll swing through Louisiana a couple times next year.
This is a very rapidly improving football team that can become great.
2nd down and 7. The ball at the 10-yard line of LSU. They're running it down now. Here goes Caruth again. Caruth inside the 5 to the 4, and near another first down. It'll be 3rd down, a little bit more than a yard to go for the first down, and 4 yards to go for the touchdown.
And the clock running out.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Remember, a full feast of 99 hours of football on Thanksgiving week here on ESPN, and our usual full weekend of coverage next weekend. And Bud and I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi State, off the upset of Alabama against LSU that has shown itself to be a good football team today. Bowl games at stake. Riding in goes Charlie Williams, the fullback, and I think he's got the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal to go with 1:21 left. Leonard Marshall, and now the bloom is off the sage, or the cypress of the bayous dip low into the swamp water or something, but LSU, obviously their handwriting is on the wall to complete my list of cliches.
But they played a fine football game. After almost being blown out in the first quarter, they've stayed in there very, very well.
Lewis does not want to fumble. 1st down, goal to go. Freshman quarterback for Alabama. Hands off. Touchdown. That is Carter. One freshman gives to another, and Alabama sews it up.
Same play that they've scored on twice before in this football game. Just the power drive off the left side of the line. The linemen come off beautifully. The two backs, the left halfback and the fullback, lead the blocking. There's just enough daylight for the power to go through, and you can see how pleased Lewis was, the quarterback, as he saw it hit for the touchdown.
Peter came in to add the extra point. Humphrey, of course, to hold. And this kick is perfect. It is 28-7, and so for the 10th consecutive time, LSU will go down before Alabama. And for the 67th time in 68 games, Paul Bear Bryant will win here at Denny Field, Bryant Denny Field. They've not lost here since 1963, when Florida beat them by the score of 10-6.
Would that make you think we ought to play more games here, Jim?
I think so. What's all this stuff about going up the road to Birmingham, except more people get to watch the game up there? Now, we might also say that a week ago, as we watched Carter take it in, Alabama was #1 in the nation. Notre Dame started the day as #1 and has been tied. Georgia barely escaped, and we're just guessing they'll be #1. But look out, Georgia Tech is the team that tied Notre Dame. Look out for Georgia Tech, Georgia, and you and I might rethink our thinking when that game comes up here on ESPN.
It'll be a dandy.
That is Tim Clark kicking the ball off. Ball is taken in the end zone by Lang, and he started out, so he's got to come out. Great speed, gets across the 15. There was a little hesitation. It's going to cost you every time. Benny Perrin made the stop, along with Alabama's Mike Pitts.
I don't know if they made that much of a mistake. It was a beautiful kick. It was across the field. It was very, very high. And you'll see the kick here. High, beautifully hit, way, way up in the air. If you're the receiver, this is kind of, you've got to look at the ball, and then as you catch the ball, you've got to look downfield. Somebody's saying, don't go out. You see him, but you're not quite sure where you are. You start to run, and when you delay against Alabama, you're in trouble.
Risher carrying the football and goes down at the 23-yard line. This is going to be, as we said, one of the most hotly contested 28-7 ball games I've seen. The only surprise that I have had is that Risher did not throw the ball more often. Maybe they didn't give it to him. Jerry Stovall will determine that. Back to throw now that he has to, and it is caught. I believe that is Orlando McDaniel, caught and bumped out of bounds right in front of the LSU bench. First down with 28 seconds left.
back-to-back fumbles that we had really turned the game, Jim. Alabama had fumbled the ball, and appeared LSU might be able to do something with it, but on first
Always
down,
seems to be a factor in the national.